What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We're going to talk about Silver Samurai and how he is just nasty in Alliance 4. I don't know what other description to use for this guy. His ultimate, you can see I put the T4 on his ultimate, taking it up to tier 15, and I said, you know what? Why not? Let's put this orange piece on him as well for the damage boost. Because we're going to see here in the footage in a moment, this guy, that ultimate, when it goes off, can do some damage. It can pretty much one-shot a lot of characters. I even threw Striker to the tier 2 Striker ISO on him, gave him another 10% damage boost. He's now sitting at 22, almost 23,000 damage on my Samurai character. 4 red stars, 4 yellow on him. Once this campaign event's going out, I will be pushing him up to level just 5-star, even 6. We'll see how crazy we go with it. But I want to talk about this. Oh, look, someone's following me. Yay, Kabutakos. Thank you for the follow. I'm not even streaming right now. If I forgot, I have Twitch notifications up right now. But, so, where were we? So, yeah, I'm going to show you guys footage of 3 teams. X Factor, Skilletary, and Shadowland. And what I want to stress with this is that those massive punch-ups that you could do with Shadowland, especially Shadowland and Skilletary, against Marauders, goes out the window when you throw this guy on defense. And I'm going to show you why. And it's because of that ultimate. With the T4 on this, he attacks with 200% piercing and applies stun. Bonus attacks 5 more times for 200% bonus piercing each. That's based on the charges he has. But because, well, when we see in the footage here, he can get rid of debuffs on himself, but his passive gives him such high resistance, plus having Strife there gives him even more resistance. He has a very high armor, very high resistance stat. And I did this in my character preview the other day. He has the best armor stat in the game, one of the top 10 resistance stats in the game. It is very difficult to put debuffs on him, especially since he's going to have defense up on him from Emma there. So it's going to be pretty crazy. I'm going to show you guys in this, but those 200, 300k punch-ups you used to do with Shadowland against Emma, that's not a thing anymore with Silver Samurai on the team, because his ultimate's going to go off, and it's going to kill someone right away. I kill Samurai in the test footage, but if you kill White Tiger or Night Nurse with that ultimate, the match is over. It's automatically over because those 2 characters are so paramount to Shadowland, and you need them because of their healing. White Tiger does all of your damage. Moon Knight does some damage too, but White Tiger is huge with that defense down, the ability block, the heal block, the constant striker, the bonus damage against summon targets, really clears out clones pretty quickly. You lose those 2 characters from White Tiger, it's automatic losers. That's a base 40% chance for your punch up from Shadowland to automatically fail with this guy here. With Skilletary, it was 100k punch up against with Skilletary against Emma with this character here. Once again, did not work. He was able to stun and just shut down Red Guardian, which means the healing and the defense up wasn't able to go out. And then he starts to taunt with his special. He applies counter and defense up and deflect. Yeah, you guys are just going to see in the footage. So without further ado, let's jump right into it with the footage. And the first one we're going to do is going to be the Shadowland fight. This is the Shadowland fight here, and actually, this is Hamzia's team. This is the guy who did the testing for me. This is his Shadowland team right here. 420k power, punching about 150k. And I asked him, without Samurai, what was the success rate against Emeralds with this team? And he said 100%. He never had a problem punching up with Shadowland against my Emma team before Samurai was on it. So this is the team you're going to see here. A lot of T4s on them, very high power White Tiger, basically the epitome of the standard how you want to build up your Shadowland, especially for those big punch-ups. So how's it work here? Well, you can see it's a 170k punch-up here, and it's gonna go over. It's gonna be over pretty quickly for his team. So he does the disrupt, does the standard stuff. Disrupt with Electra, ability block on Emma, no big deal. Here's where things are going to get really interesting. Ultimate from Strife, or from Moon Knight. Look who doesn't have any debuffs on him right now. That's Silver Samurai. That's where the big power with the bonus resistance on him is very, very helpful. That defense up plus a bonus resistance basically blocked all the debuffs from Moon Knight. All the debuffs. Usually, it's a case-by-case check of the potency versus resistance for applying those debuffs. Samurai resisted every single one. That's huge because if he didn't, he would start losing charge stacks, and that would affect his. That would be affecting the amount of damage he could do on his ultimate. We go off here with the ultimate from Daredevil. Goes down the line, does his usual thing. We're gonna try to finish off Emma, but now we have this taunt on Strife. And then Sabretooth goes off. Sabretooth does his thing, kills Elektra. This is another part too. The Sabretooth rework has also been very helpful, but you can get around it with this team, especially because you can put defense up on them. You're able to heal things up. So unless he's going back and forth, you're usually not having too much of a problem with Sabretooth on this team. Sabretooth does kill Elektra, but Elektra revives back up again. No big deal. There you go. That was a full health Daredevil that was just yeeted off the field. In case you didn't see that, about 78k on that hit, 102k on that crit hit there, and that was only 3 bonus attacks from Silver Samurai on that hit. So that killed Daredevil and 3 hits. So with just 2 charges on Silver Samurai, he would have still killed Daredevil, which means that even if we applied 3 debuffs from Moon Knight on Samurai there, would have cleared off, would have been down to 2 charges on Samurai, his ultimate would have still killed off Daredevil. That's the big problem with these big punch-ups. This is what's causing the problems now. Shadowland cannot punch up big time against Emma teams if Samurai is present. Daredevil is gone, which means we now can no longer get crits from him. We lost a big Raider on our team who's able to apply a lot of vulnerable with chaining crit attacks. And no more counter, which I already said. So yeah, now we're kind of in a problem. And we're stuck now behind this Strife. And then now we're going to be stuck behind Silver Samurai here in a second, who's going to taunt, apply defense up, apply deflect, and gain counter. And that's going to be a problem. So we're going to try to finish off Strife. Don't quite get it. A little more damage there. We're trying to finish off Strife here. Still almost there. But look at that. Now we have the taunt on Silver Samurai. Deflect, the counter defense up. Already mentioned it. Taunt for 2 turns as well. So now it's very hard for you to dispel it from him, because you can use the special from Elektra, but with that deflect and the defense up, it's very difficult for her to do it. And now Samurai does his thing. Assist, does counters, and it's pretty much over at this point. Can't get through Samurai. So White Tiger is going to attack here in a second, but not going to be able to do anything. Samurai's going to counter, kill White Tiger. Moon Knight's right up next with the ability block. And yeah, it's pretty much over at that point. So yeah, 170k punch up without Samurai, no problem with this. But once Samurai's on the team, that becomes a huge issue and not very easy. Could be very much impossible for these huge punch ups with these huge punch ups with Shadowland versus your Emma teams with Samurai there. So let's talk about skill military with Black Widow on the team. And this is about a 100k punch up. And this, I mean, me personally, this is not a big problem for me. I'm very used to doing the big punch ups with Emma against Skilltary against Emma. This is his Skilltary team. One thing I do want to point out, it says that he doesn't have the T4 in the special here. In the footage you will see, does have the special T4 here. So keep that in mind. He will be able to do this. And you'll see it when he goes to mow down Sinister at the start of the fight. But yeah, even doing that, Samurai still gets to go off and just doesn't one-shot Red Guardian, but does some significant damage to him. So disrupt Strife, steal the defense up, to be expected. Now we go for Mr. Sinister. Get rid of that defense up on him. There you go. We got the vulnerable on him. Ultimate from Punisher. Looking good so far. This is pretty much exactly what you want to do with Skilltary versus Emma. Sabretooth ultimate is pretty much negated because there's nowhere for it to go. And look at that. Took that Red Guardian down to half health. So his Red Guardian is 7 red stars. Did I forget to mention a 7 red star Red Guardian there versus a 4 red star Silver Samurai? I forgot his Red Guardian was 7 red until just now. I knew it was high, but I forgot it was 7 red. So yeah, tier 14, 7 Red Guardian took that much damage from the ultimate there from Silver Samurai. Got a stun as well. So now the taunt from Red Guardian is going to be gone for a turn. So now we're going to lose the defense up. We're going to lose the healing that's so desperately needed sometimes with this team. And yeah, he's at this point, he took the picture and sent it to me and was just like, hey, look what your Samurai just did to my Red Guardian. So yeah, that's pretty impressive. Now we got to finish off Strife. And there is going to be some bad luck here. A little bit of a misplay too. And yeah, you'll see it. So finish off Strife here. And this was where something was really, really weird. If I'm not mistaken, there was a vulnerable there. And this is where Hamzia made a big error. He put Raider on Punisher. And instead of putting Striker. So yeah, didn't get that bonus attack off. Allowed Sabretooth to still stay around. I don't know why he's got I don't know why he has Raider on Punisher, to be honest. But yeah, so now we're stuck with the taunt behind Silver Samurai. He's gonna start countering. And while we do have the cleanse there with Samurai or with Black Widow, we're still having this problem here. So now we got to go through these characters. We're getting bleeds from Samurai. And once I do upgrade the T4 on the basic for Samurai, that counter will apply 2 stacks of bleed, which is going to do more damage. And everything he does is piercing damage as well. Can't forget that. So now we're trying to work our way through. We're going to get, they're going to kill Samurai right there. And then now we get into this nasty loop of Emma and Sabretooth just kind of going off. So, was this winnable? Yes. I think if he put the proper T4 on Punisher, and I'm gonna give him so much crap about that later on too. He probably could have won this. The big problem is that here in a second, he's gonna lose Punisher from the ultimate from Emma. Not ideal, but getting stuck behind that double taunt allowed Emma to really go off and still go back into diamond form again. There. Now we've lost Punisher, and now he's stuck in this loop where he can't kill Emma. Emma heals up too much. He's got speed down on characters. He's just not able to do things. So this was probably winnable with the proper T4 or with the proper ISO on Punisher. Getting rid of Sabretooth would have made this more doable, but the fact that it was much closer now with that, with the Samurai and everything, goes to show that, yeah, this is even a big punch up from Skilletary like that, still a bit of a problem. So yeah, this one, I mean, there's nothing else to say at this point. It's basically going to time out. So nothing else to show on that. Now, the one team that has not had any change at all and your big punch-ups is going to be X Factor. And this one, he basically walks right over. Silver Samurai does absolutely nothing to affect the outcome of X Factor versus Emma. And keep in mind, I'm only talking about like the huge punch-ups we do. I'm not focusing on punches across with some teams. The big punch-ups we see from Shadowland, from Skilletary, from X Factor. I want to talk about how Samurai affects those, or doesn't affect them. In the case of X Factor, it makes no difference. In terms of Shadowland, it's a huge difference. And in terms of Skilletary, it's a pretty sizable difference. Still doable Skilletary, but much more difficult. So, yeah, this is one that, I mean, there's nothing else to say. You're going to have taunts out from the dupes from multiple man. That's going to kind of affect things. Yeah, he's going to call out the minions here. Samurai's just going to target one of them. It does nothing. So X Factor has very easy ways of getting around it, so you don't have to worry about the ultimate from Silver Samurai killing someone on your team. He did say once that he lost Longshot and that really affected things, but you can manipulate your cooldowns in such a way that you don't have to worry about that. You'll see multiple man's able to go here again in a second, and then that's when you can pop your special, get the dupes out with the taunt and the death proof. No big deal. So yeah, it's nothing crazy. It's really still easy to manipulate it and still get around pretty easily versus Emma, with your X Factor, not going to be any big deal there. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this in the middle of me recording this. Also, we got the news of the terrible drop rate orbs for the Samurai campaign event. Already put a rant out on that if you guys want to go check it out. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys think about the difference Samurai has made against some of these teams. Are you impressed with Samurai? Are you not? Let me know down below. But as always, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.